Hey guys, Ryan here. If you want to dominate Fortune's Keep like you're seeing in the background, then I hope this is the video for you, and we're pretty much just going to get right into it. The first thing we're going to cover is to master 2 to 3 different landing areas on the map. For me, those two areas are going to be Town and Winery. Now, this doesn't have to be the same thing for you, but these are my two preferred landing areas. And I even take it a step further. I will land in the exact same spots almost every single time. The reason why I consider this so important to do is because a good start to your game will literally dictate your entire game. If you start off the game with a lot of loot, with a good bit of kills, and just overall momentum, you are probably going to go on to have a very successful game. However, if you're landing in different spots, you don't know where the loot boxes are, you don't know where ground loot is, you don't know where people are probably at, you are going to find yourself in a world of trouble, and pretty much all of that can be avoided if you just master where you land. The other key part of this is going to lead directly into step 2, and that's rotating into key positions. This is where you need to ask yourself what your goal for the game is. Are you playing for high kills or are you playing for a win? I try and play for both, so the mid game is where I try and get the vast majority of my kills. But this is why you need to be aware of what your goal is. If you really want to win and you really don't care about kills that much, prioritize high ground without any other care for anything else other than circle position and high ground. That's it. You got to look at your circle, you got to identify where the high ground is, and you have to claim it. You have to make it yours. However, if you're looking for kills and you want to get a little action in before kind of playing more conservative for the win, then you need to start pushing things like the area I'm in now. I landed Town, I went to Outlook, and now I'm coming over here and I'm in these little tents thing. And because I know the area that I land in consistently, I usually know where to rotate to get kills and how to rotate to avoid people who have power positions. One of the key things in Warzone for you to get high kills and for you to get a lot of wins is to avoid dying in bad situations. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to know where your enemy is most likely at, and that's why I recommend mastering the areas you land. When I land Town, I know there's almost a certain guarantee that there's a team over here in Overlook, sorry, and that there's a team probably in the Graveyard. I know that for 100% fact because almost every time I've landed here in Town, that's where people are at. These are the things you need to learn. Of course, there's a lot of games where I don't fight people in Overlook or the Graveyard when I'm here in Town. I'm too busy fighting other people. Maybe they're down on the coast, maybe they're over in Keep. But the whole point I want to get across is the whole game is connected. That's why I'm breaking this game down into the early game, the mid game, and the late game, and how they all connect. When you master your landing area, that allows you to understand the key positions and how to take control of them and how to be a better player. When you know where people usually are, you know to avoid those people, or you know that you can kill those people based on the situation. It's just extremely vital that you are identifying whether you're playing solely for wins, kills, or maybe a mixture of both. I do play for both, and that really changes my playstyle because early on in the game, I become much more aggressive. I push for a lot of kills. I'm always chasing firefights, but as the game gets later on and later, I then really start to prioritize positioning, and that's something you have to be extremely aware of. There are two different types of rotations in Warzone. One is for kills, one is for wins, and you have to be extremely aware of what types of rotations you want to make and what type of rotations you should be making at that given moment. Right now in this game, I'm pushing for kills. I'm looking for people. I'm not trying to go too crazy because the circle is getting smaller. My teammate is bounding, but I'm looking for people. I'm trying to find people to kill, but I am aware that Rebirth is about to be disabled here pretty soon, so I need to also be cautious because if I die, that could be a huge mistake. I do actually end up dying, ironically, but luckily my teammate was able to stay alive and get me back. But this is where I have to talk about the win section. Because yes, you're watching me push for kills, but if you're going for wins, I'm telling you guys, prioritize high ground, prioritize a key position in the center of the circle or wherever the circle seems to be pulling, and then maintain that area. If you don't really care about your kills and you're just in it for the wins, be the smart player, take the high ground, get control, and set yourself up for victory. And that's going to lead me to my third topic, and that's play the map. This is one of the hardest concepts for people to understand because it sounds really simple in essence, but it's really not. What I mean by play the map is Every and each circle in the end game is going to play drastically different, and you have to have that map knowledge and be aware of how it's probably going to go down. You cannot play a circle the same way in Winery as you're going to play it out here in Cove or by these tents. If you want to play a circle in Keep, you got to play it way different than if it was in the middle of the map by all those little huts. Every circle is going to play different based on the map, based on the game, based on everything, and that's where you need to learn to play the map. One of the biggest and best things I could ever tell someone is to once again maintain the high ground. What you're going to see here is a very simple victory that was made extremely easy because we didn't give up the high ground. You know how earlier in my gameplay I was playing hyper aggressive and pushing everything? Well, guess what? Rebirth disabled and now I'm chilling. In fact, this engagement I'm about to get in, I didn't even know they were in here. At this stage of the game, I am not actively seeking out engagements unless it's almost certainly a guaranteed kill, and this was not one of those situations. Luckily, we end up killing these people, and it's actually extremely crucial that we did. There would have been an extremely good chance we would have died to them shooting us in the back when we rotated to maintain high ground. We probably would have got the high ground. We probably would have assumed there's no one behind us. We would have been checking the other places to make sure we're in control of high ground, and we probably would have just been shot in the back, and it probably would have just ended the game. But as I said, I was not looking for this engagement. I was not actively seeking out people to kill. I was not actively looking for this squad. All I was trying to do was get into a safe position so it would have been easier for us to maintain this high ground. If you look at the upper left mini-map, you can see that this circle is pulling down below us, and that if we just keep this area, we will have the high ground. We're going to be able to overlook everyone that's down below in the cove, and this will be a massive advantage for us as long as we can maintain it. I hope that if you look at this mini-map, it's very obvious to you where the high ground is, and if you were in my situation, where you'd want to play. And that's what I mean by learning to play the map. By understanding how each of the circle plays, by understanding the way the map is layered, what is high ground, what's an easy position to rotate from, all of these key things, you start to put yourself in a good situation. I know that as long as I'm sitting up on this hill, I will be able to win this game with almost a certain guarantee unless something crazy happens. I would have to royally outplay myself and make bad plays to lose this game. I know almost everyone is down beneath me aside from maybe one or two people. I'm going to start picking up free kills on all of these people down below, and I'm going to start just dominating and asserting myself because I know the map. I know that even if this circle isn't the circle we win on, it's almost certainly going to pull towards me or to the left by Lighthouse, and that's an easy rotation for me. If I were to push down below, I'm dead. There's almost no way I can win this game because there's no easy way up from the bottom, and that's going to get you killed. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys understood what I was saying about all these things, because I promise if you master your landing areas and you master your rotations in the mid game and you start learning how to play the map in the end game, you're going to start having 25 kill wins like you saw here, and you're going to start dominating Fortune's Keep yourself. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you have a good day. It's been Ryan. Peace.